Hello everyone, today we are breaking down the new Game of Thrones trailer. A lot of the trailer repeats from the first trailer, but there is some new information. The first new thing is Bran's return from beyond the wall. We see two people, one standing and one laying in a sled. I say this is 100% Bran and Mira. The next new scene is Jaime walking. The question is, where is he walking? At King's Landing or Castle Rock? There's no way to tell, we just can speculate. We have Jon Snow's speech.
For centuries our families fought together against their common enemy. Despite their differences, together. We need to do the same if we're gonna survive. The enemy is real.
This is probably him pleading with the other High Lords to join him in his fight against the White Walkers. In the scene in the background, we get 100% confirmation that Daenerys is on Dragonstone because she pulls down Stannis' banner. We also see Grey Worm sneaking into a crevice, similar to what he's going to do with Missandei. Am I right? Or am I right? But back to the topic on hand. This could be King's Landing. Varys knows a lot of the passages and tunnels that are secret in King's Landing. So they might be trying to sneak in instead of having to siege their way through or battle their way into King's Landing. We then get our first glimpse at the Hound. He looks like he's in the north, but he also could be part of the group who went beyond the wall with Jon. This next scene I think confirms that the Unsullied and the Dothraki are fighting together against the Lannisters. The Unsullied are getting shot with arrows, and there's a scene where the Lannisters are shooting bow and arrows. They're drawing back their bows. The next scene means that Bran is scouting the White Walkers' position for Jon while Jon is beyond the wall. Then we see Bran back in Winterfell near the heart tree and a man with him. I think this is Davos because he looks old and Davos is old. High level detective work here, boys. Very high. Our first glimpse of Beric Dondarrion, and he's wearing very similar clothing to what Jon was wearing when he was beyond the wall. So the Brotherhood could be with Jon and Tormund. It's looking much more likely that they are. Then we see a huge fleet sailing towards King's Landing. It is a Greyjoy fleet, but which one is it? Yara or Euron's? It's probably Yara's, due to the fact Dragonstone is very close to King's Landing and the Iron Islands are very far away. Like you would have to sail all the way around Dorne just to get there. In this scene, we see that the Lannisters got fucked up by Dragonfire, and Jaime is charging. This could be the last-ditch effort of a desperate man, or he wants to die with the men he led into battle, charging at a dragon with a spear. Very honorable and very brave. And a singer could make a song of it one day, and he could live on in history, other than just being the Kingslayer. Then next, we see the Greyjoy battles on ship. Is it me, or do they always seem to be like a lot of fire when they're fighting, or when you see these scenes? Euron could be throwing fireballs, or Dragonbinder could be a thing in Season 7 after all. I have a video about Dragonbinder, link is in the description below, but it's a horn that binds dragons. It's the basic premise of it. Finally, it is confirmed we see Beric's burning sword fighting side by side with Jon beyond the wall, so they are with Jon's group who went beyond the wall. And you see the Hound to the left of him, and you see Tormund behind him. Then we see this mysterious man. There's really no way to tell who he is because the sun reflects. I tried a lot of things to get a good glimpse, but you can't make it out. I don't know who it is. My guess, it could be that Bran went back in time, did his three-eyed raven thing. Could be a young Robert. It could be Gendry, who's supposed to be in this season. We haven't seen him in a while, so he could look a little different. It also could be Jorah once again, just looks a little different with long hair. I think it's Gendry though, and there's no reason behind it. I just got that feeling. I just got that feeling. Then we see Jon in the south with Davos. I think he's where Daenerys is, or he's somewhere close to her. We also see Jon fighting White Walkers, which is, there's really nothing to point out. It's just kind of cool that we know there's going to be some battles between them. We then see our first glimpse of Euron Greyjoy looking very angry, and he looks like he's fighting somewhere where Yara was fighting. Once again, looks very fiery. There looks like there's a lot of fire in these scenes. Then we have Sansa's dialogue.
When the snows fall and the white winds blow, the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives.
This line is actually from the book. Ned tells Arya this in the book, in book 1, I think, which is cool that it's in season 7. And maybe this is Sansa saying she's not going to betray her family. She's going to stick with her pack. We also see a lone rider riding off. It looks like he's hurt, but maybe it's just the way he's riding, but it looks like he's injured. Then we see Jon standing alone against the army of the dead. This could mean he's the only one that survived the expedition and he's the one on the horse. Could be, or it could not be. Just a couple more points from what I got from the trailer. Bran's back in Winterfell, which means he sees Jon. Jon might find out about his parentage. That's why he's standing in the crypts in the first trailer looking at his mother Lyanna. That could be why he's down there. Also, Bran has to be very careful scouting out the Night's King because if the Night's King touches him like he did the last time when he went all three-eyed Raven,
he saw me! The Night King! He saw me!
He touched you.
I don't know, he was close, but...
He touched you. He knows you're here. He'll come for you.
But he can't get in.
He can now. His mark is on you.
So if he touches Bran, the Night's King could break the wall. Possibly. I think that's how they're going to get across the wall. Or it could be the Horn of Winter, but they haven't discussed it yet. So I'm just going to assume it's going to be something like that. Or maybe it is. I don't know. I'm just speculating again. So what do you think? Did I miss anything? Do you have any different ideas of what could happen? Leave it down in the comments below. And if you want more Game of Thrones content, please subscribe. And as always, have an awesome day.